Hey guys, this is Kurtis Parks and you're watching Worshipology. Well, today I want to talk about this framework of a worship set. What does that look like? And I know every different church in the U.S. and beyond that have a different framework for worship. Some churches do all the songs in the front and then the message and then they let everybody leave. Others do it all after the message. Some churches split it up. And then some services you'll have a song that actually ties into the message. And there's not really a right way or wrong way, but today I kind of want to dive into this idea that we see in Exodus, right? And it's actually the way that they set up the tabernacle of Moses. And so you had the outer courts, the inner courts, and the Holy of Holies. And I think this is a kind of a cool way that we can maybe approach building our worship set. You see, the outer court is where anybody was welcome. Any common Israelite could come into the outer courts. But the inner courts, only the priestly tribe was actually allowed into that place. So it got a little bit closer to the presence of God, which was the Ark of the Covenant that lived in the Holy of Holies. And only the high priest on the Day of Atonement, one day a year, could go into that place. So you kind of have this most inner sacred place with the Holy of Holies, then the inner courts, and then the outer courts. Now at National Community Church, one thing that we do is we usually open up our worship service with 3 songs, and then we'll close with a song that ties into the message. Not a right or wrong way to do it again, but what I look at with these first 3 songs that we do is the outer courts, inner courts, and Holy of Holies. So usually that first song that we do is a song that just gathers everybody. We want to say, hey, church is about to start. We want to declare God's goodness and get this thing kicked off right. And actually, when you look at Psalm 100, it says, I'll enter his courts with thanksgiving in my heart. I'll enter his gates with praise. Or I'll enter his gates with thanksgiving in my heart. I'll enter his courts with praise. That praise right there is actually a prophetic declaration. It's kind of something that's like, hey, let's supercharge and get ready to go in and worship our God. And so this idea of like starting with a song that just gathers people, it's just something that I've done for the last 5 or 6 years. And it's an indicator that we're about to kick this thing off and just glorify God and declare his praise. And then usually with that second song, it can usually be like a fast tempo or mid-tempo, something that kind of gets us more directed, that inner courts idea where it's like just the priestly tribe is in that place. And then that third song, by the time we get to that third song, it's like, hey, we are in that place, our hearts are open, we're ready to receive whatever it is that God has for us this morning. And then obviously that closing song, we actually call it a response song. So it's a response to the message. It's a response to how we believe that the Holy Spirit is moving on our hearts that morning. And so you can just use that, take it or leave it, just an idea for the framework of a worship set as you're thinking about Sunday mornings. Thanks for watching.